Hi there, my name is Sarah Westaway and I'm a Master Practitioner with Healing Solutions. So I just wanted to take the opportunity today to tell you about Healing Solutions and who we are and what we do. So we are a group of 7 practitioners and we come from all different backgrounds, and we have our founder, who is Beth Daniel-Jones. She is the co-founder of Quantum Techniques and she founded Healing Solutions. So we're going into our 3rd birthday this year and we're very excited to be a team together. We have so much fun together and we help people heal. So on our team we have Carolee Johnson, we have Tom Miller, we have Kalyani Heatherlyn, Sherry Armstrong, Laura Keela Bailey, and myself. So we help people on the phone all over the world, and we use what we call self-muscle testing techniques to help people with all different issues. So some people come to us with backaches. Some people come to us with really chronic issues that they've been living with for many years and sometimes even decades. So we have 70 students in our study group. If you are a student studying Healing Solutions and you're not in our study group, that's a Facebook page that I run. Just let me know and I'll add you to that group. So we have 70 students in the Facebook group, but we have many more studying Healing Solutions. So that's for all different reasons. So some people are doing that for fun, just to learn some ways of helping themselves. And then other people are doing it right up to the practitioner level. So aiming to be a practitioner with us one day. So yeah, just let me know if you're not on the Facebook page, because I'll add you to that as well. We also have, so our modality is known as energy medicine. So we use self-muscle testing techniques. And what we do is we dialogue with our client's body and we find out what's going on for them. So we talk to people on the phone and we talk to them all over the world, and we are individualized in what we do. So every single client of ours has an individual treatment. So we're not a one-size-fits-all company. We actually help everybody differently. So what could be causing one person's backache might not be causing somebody else's backache, so it's all different, and we're making sure that it's everybody is having an individual treatment plan. So what we're looking for is what we call strong and weak responses. So if you're interested in learning what we do, we have Kalyani on our team who teaches you the very basics of what we do right up to a little bit more advanced, and you can actually learn this yourself. So we dialogue with the person, and like I said, it's very individualized. So each person, we're finding something different. We also have many people come to us with chronic illness. So they've been to doctors and they haven't been given any answers, and they just haven't been able to figure out what's going on for them. So they've come to us and said, look, we've tried everything. We just don't know. I don't know what's going on with me. No one can tell me what's happening. I've just got no idea anymore. And when we give them answers, they start healing really quickly, and some chronic illness can take a lot of time, but generally speaking, after the first session, somebody will feel the impact of that session like straight away. So dis-ease is a disconnection from the truth or the divine, and it's blocking your body's ability to heal. So what we're doing is we're finding where that disconnection is, and we're reconnecting that. So we're reconnecting your body back to the healing intelligence, getting it back to being able to heal. Because at Healing Solutions, we say what the body can see, the body can heal. So we're showing the body what it needs to heal. And many people who have chronic illness find that they really heal. And like I said, it's all different times. It's not necessarily one session. It can be a couple, but they find that they start healing once we reconnect that. So we're finding out the why. Like, why is this person sick? What is going on for them? What is their why? So I really like this modality because when I was 18 months old, I was diagnosed with what's called thrombocytopenia. And at the time, my parents didn't know what was wrong with me, but they took me to the hospital, and the doctors didn't know what was wrong with me either. And they just wanted to throw antibiotics at me and give me all sorts of things. And my parents said, no, we want to know why, what's going on. So the why. So I was kind of born into a family asking why. So I've grown up, if we've got sore body parts, why? Not let's just mask it with medications, which a lot of modalities do. So we're looking at what is it for that person and the why for them. So what we do is we look on physical side and we look at the non-physical side. So the physical side might be things that they're eating, so what we call ingestants. It could be things that they're touching, so what we call contactants. It might be something that they're breathing in, things that we call inhalants, or things that have pierced their skin, or a bite or something, which we call injectants. So we're looking for toxins and we're looking for pathogens. So what is that? Are they fighting a virus? Is there a bacteria? Have they got mold in their environment that is affecting them? Many people who we have as clients have lots of mold issues. I live on the south coast of New South Wales and it's quite often raining. This year alone, we've had more than double our yearly rainfall, and it can get quite moldy. So a lot of people in my area are dealing with mold as well. So mold can also be something that triggers some kind of disease or disconnection from healing and cause all sorts of issues. So we also look at, the physical side of what is happening inside their body that is disconnected. Is there an organ, gland, or a tissue that is causing some issues? Is it offline to the healing intelligence? And we're finding what it is. So not only are they fighting a virus, but their liver is upset as well. So we're looking at organs, glands, and tissues. We also look on the physical side of things called a curtain. And what we call a curtain is something that comes down or is in their body. So it comes down as a curtain and blocks their body's ability to see what's behind that. So someone could have a virus that they've had the symptoms of it, they've felt a little bit better, but the virus is still inside their body because they're dealing with some other kind of curtain. And that curtain could be, let's say, mold as an example. So a curtain is something that blocks their body's ability to see what's behind it. So like I said before, what our body can see, our body can heal. And sometimes curtains are really good at blocking our body's ability to see what's behind it. So we also look for what we call curtains. We're finding really what is the blocks to somebody healing. We are born being able to heal, and we are born being able to get better, but sometimes something just blocks that and we don't know what that is until we start scanning. And once we find those, the body goes, I know what to do now. So quite often when we find curtains and we get rid of those in the body, somebody will start to heal, and sometimes they don't even know that even existed. So we don't only work on the physical side of things, we look at the non-physical. So a lot of people have physical issues, but they can be driven by the non-physical. So the non-physical side of things is like old behaviors, old beliefs, old traumas, emotions, intentions, and vows that are for the person, and what is it that is stopping them from healing. So they might have an old belief that they deserve this illness. So that quite often comes up. So they actually believe, and that's not the truth, of course, but they believe they either need this illness or they deserve to have this illness. And that is not true, but that's their belief. And when we look at the different beliefs and allow their body to find the truth, then the body can start to heal. It's like old beliefs that are not even true, and we're finding those, getting rid of those out of the body and making sure that the person's knowing truth. So we're connecting to the divine, finding out what the truth is and what the truth is for that person. So quite often old traumas can, even though the trauma is gone, so somebody might be 40, for example, and they've had a trauma when they were 5, but their body doesn't realize that they're moved on and they're 40 now and they're still living back when they were 5 years old. So sometimes something might happen in their day, like just say something happens today, and they get pushed back to that age of 5 and their body believes that they're 5 again. So we're bringing the body back into the now and making sure that they are in the now so that they can heal now. So sometimes it's called a time zone, and they get locked in that time zone. So their body doesn't realize that they're back in, the age of 40. They feel like they're back in the age of 4. And we can also look at generational patterns. So sometimes people inherit generational beliefs or emotions, and particularly for kids, they can take on their parents' emotions really easily. Kids are sponges, and I know too well about this because I have a 6-year-old and a 4-year-old, and they're very, very sensitive, and they take on my emotions really easily. And we're working on that to help them, not take on my emotions, because that's just what kids do. They tend to feel like the world revolves around them, and that if they take on these emotions, that they can help either, if a parent is sick, that they believe that if they become sick, they can help the parent. So quite often we find that kids, particularly under the age of 5, will hold beliefs that aren't true, and that can carry them through their life. But yeah, generational patterns can come back from, it might be further back than your parents. It might be even further back than your grandparents. So it can go back a long way, and you don't even necessarily know that you're holding on to that generational field, but it's still affecting your life. So once we find those and release those from the body, then you can start to heal as well. Surprisingly, a lot of food intolerances are based on, trauma-based, and quite often that trauma leads to an intolerance of food, and also food intolerance can be generational as well. So quite often when we find what's going on there, they can get their foods back. So our role is to find the physical and the non-physical and find out what blocks are to your healing. So why is it that you're stuck in this non-healing state? And that's our intention. What is it that is causing this block? And we're trying to find those blocks, and whatever that is, whether it's physical or non-physical, we can find those and help. So we're going to, once we find the physical and non-physical and anything that was in that field, we then do what's called reconnect that field. And we use different touch points and different clearing protocols and scans. And if you are a student in this Healing Solutions group, you might understand that. But we use all different techniques, and I won't go into that now because I know that's going to be another video along the way. So at the end of a session, we give our clients what's called a healing code, and we're going to do a more in-depth video about the healing codes as well, but that's an individualized code for that person. We do have generic codes on our website that we can use, but generally speaking, we give the client an individualized code, and that keeps their body in a healing state. So they might read that 3 times through 3 times a day, and that helps their body heal as well. We will be doing some more information about the codes. You can look at our website for that information if you want to, but yeah, we will be doing some more information about the codes as well. So if you haven't ever done a Healing Solutions session before, be prepared that it could be totally different to what you expected. So you might come to us with what you think is a physical issue. You think, oh, I've just got a backache, but it can be more complex, and you might be dealing with a non-physical as well. So we look at a really comprehensive field to make sure that you're getting better. So I can tell you firsthand that what it feels like to do the non-physical work, because I was struggling with infertility for about 2 years, and I thought it was just a physical issue. So I cleaned up my diet. I was preparing my body. I was making sure I was eating really good food. I had done fertility tests, and after about 6 months of not being pregnant, I thought, well, what could be wrong? So the fertility tests were all clear. There was no worries with my husband, and I just thought, okay, it's just probably time now. And another 12 months went by, and I still wasn't pregnant. And then it was when I did a session with Beth Daniel Jones that I actually needed to release a lot of non-physical, and I didn't want to do that before because there was some part of me that wanted to hold on to that. But when my body realized that holding on to that was no good for me and it was causing infertility, and I let my body release that, I was actually pregnant the very next month. So I did my treatment with Beth, worked on my non-physical, and then I was pregnant literally the next month. So then when it came time for me to have my second child, my husband and I were talking about, well, it could take me 2 years to fall pregnant again. And so we sort of prepped ourselves and said, okay, we'll just give ourselves some time. And I literally got pregnant the first try. Like, my poor husband never even got a chance to practice. So we were pregnant the very first try. So I'd released all those non-physical issues, had worked on those, and the infertility issues had gone. So I've got 2 healthy children now, aged 6 and nearly 4, and it's been awesome to know that even though I thought it was a physical, that the non-physical side of things can also contribute to what we're going on with. So our illnesses can be driven by those as well. So I hope this gives you some information about what we do. If you are watching this later on and you have some comments or you have some questions, feel free to comment on them. So if you want to book a session, you can go to our website at www.besthealingsolutions.com, and up the top it says request a session. So you press that button and fill in the form, and then you'll get sent a history form. Or you can email me at sarah@besthealingsolutions.com, and I can get you organised with your first session. Or if you go to our website, you can find all the information there. So I hope this gives you a little bit of information about what we do, and I look forward to hearing from you soon. And thanks for joining me.